Hey everyone, so today in this video we are going to be cleaning this kitchen. Lots of gross things happening behind the scenes, so we're going to get to it and clean it up.
You are watching DIY by Niky Foster.
So I did a cleaning video before and you guys kind of liked that one. So here we are again with some cleaning tips, some cleaning hacks, and all for the kitchen. And so if you guys are interested, I'm gonna have a whole list of all the products that I use for this cleaning video. So if you want the list with some links, make sure you check out the description box below and I'll send the email listing thingy-mabobber to you guys direct to your inbox. So without further ado, let's just get into this. All right, so today we're gonna be cleaning the fridge. At a glance, it looks like it's pretty clean, but when you get up close and personal, you'll realize that it definitely is dirty. Ugh. See, like under here, there's stuff and like little drippings. You can see there's stuff here and like little spots here. This is how we're gonna clean it. Let me show you.
The fridge is one of those surfaces that can look pretty clean, but when I get up close, I can see lots of fingerprints and then I realize that it needs a deep cleaning. So I'm starting with some cleaning gloves, some all-purpose cleaning spray, and a sponge. I know everyone cleans different, but for me, I like spraying the solution right onto the fridge surface and then taking the sponge and wiping it down. You're really not supposed to use the scrub inside of the sponge on the surface of the refrigerator, but for certain areas that have like really hard stuck on food particles that's been stuck onto the fridge, I do it really lightly, especially on the handles, because that's where like all the little grubby little kid fingers and food particles get stuck to. And you can stop here, but I like to take it a step further and make my fridge shine a little bit more, so I'm using the stainless steel solution. The trick to using this is to go in a left to right motion, basically going with the grain of how the stainless steel looks. Another note for this part, I do like to use a paper towel and just toss that when it's all done. And this is how the outside of the fridge turned out. Next up, we're cleaning the microwave. Now I know my microwave is not the only microwave that gets like this, with random food particles on the sides, the top, and even the door. So here's a quick hack that I'm trying out to clean it. Fill a microwave safe bowl with water, slice up some lemon, and place them in the bowl. Then place the bowl in the microwave and then set the microwave for 5 minutes. The water in the bowl kind of steams the microwave and makes it easy to wipe off any of the food particles and grease, and it removes any extra leftover food smells as well. I just used a sponge, and honestly this hack works so well that I didn't even need to use the scrub side of the sponge to clean it.
All right, so the microwave got really clean with the water, lemon, little steam situation. But for me, I feel like I just need to take it a step further and use some Dawn and a sponge and just scrub it one more time just to make sure it's like, I don't know, just to make sure.
So the steam cleaning hack really did work in the microwave, but something in my spirit just wouldn't let me leave it alone. Like I had to use something else, like a cleaning product of some sort, to clean it one more time. So I just decided to use Dawn and a sponge, wiping it down that one last time. For the outside of the microwave, I followed the same steps for the fridge, cleaning the outside with all-purpose cleaning spray, and then following up with the stainless steel spray so it was nice and shiny. And this is how the inside of the microwave looked after I was finished cleaning it.
Editor Niky is in the building. I have to tell you guys something. So a little bit of background story. The stain that you see right there, it's not really a stain, so I didn't like miss a spot. When my son's like 6, he decided to help us out and microwave something, and what happened was whatever was microwave was wrapped in aluminum foil, so it like sparked and like burned the microwave a little bit. We ain't catching fire or nothing, so we good. Microwave's clean. So a while back, I did clean the sink, but I cleaned it in a different way using different stuff. But today I wanted to try something new, and I wanted to try this. I wanted to use the pink stuff, but the cream version. So let's give it a go. Oh, and before I forget, I wanted to let you know that all the links to all the cleaning supplies that I'm using is gonna be in the description box below.
Here is the sink.
All right, so here's the sink. See inside of here, you can see all that gunk and everything. I'm trying to clean it all out. Even here, it's like discolored and it's not as shiny as the stainless steel can be. So today we are gonna be using the pink stuff.
If you've ever used the pink stuff that comes in the jar compared to the cream version is way more liquidy, almost watery, and I had to use a bunch of it in the sink. I scrubbed it and it didn't really do as good of a job as I thought it was gonna do. I mean, I even whipped out my crevice cleaning tool to make sure it was getting into like the grooves of everything, and the after still showed a lot of grime and stuff in the incinerator area / garbage disposal area. So enter the pink stuff, the cleaning paste this time. So the pink stuff, the one in the jar, the cleaning paste version is the one I highly recommend. It helped to get the sink back to that shiny stainless steel, really clean. It also was able to clean really good by the incinerator crevice that I was explaining before. I used the crevice tool again, and I also used a sponge to clean like the plasticky, rubbery part by the garbage disposal area, and the sink turned out nice and clean, just like I like it. So I highly recommend that version. And this is how it looked when the sink was all cleaned. And there's a part 2 to this, which is cleaning the garbage disposal. For the garbage disposal, I'm using these orange citrusy tablets. They're super easy to use. All you do is just run a little bit of water in the garbage disposal, add the tablet, and because this is my first time cleaning the garbage disposal in a while, it says to use 2 tablets, so that's exactly what I'm doing. And then turn the garbage disposal on. All the foam and gunk starts coming up, and you run the garbage disposal for a few minutes, and it's all done. It worked pretty well. The foam came up almost immediately in one part of the garbage disposal, and because I have 2 sinks, the foam came up in the other side as well. I just rinsed everything off, and that was that. Now the sink is thoroughly cleaned, including the garbage disposal. To clean the dishwasher, I'm trying this hack that I saw online where you take out the filter and you clean it. And as you can see, this filter is super dirty. It's so gross and slimy. Ugh. I did this one other time and it really did help to improve the cleaning of the dishes when I run them through the dishwasher. So I highly recommend doing this step. I'm using just some hot water, and also I'm using Brillo soap from the dollar store, like the Brillo soap dish spray soap from the Dollar Tree to clean this. And I'm using the crevice scrubber to like get into like the grooves or everything and rinsing it off thoroughly. Now for the inside of the dishwasher, I'm using an all-purpose cleaning spray again for around where the filter was. And this crevice cleaning tool has came in handy throughout this whole cleaning process. Like I'm able to get into like all these little tiny grooves and crevices. So I highly recommend having this in your cleaning supply kit. So now also in the bottom of the dishwasher, there's some gunk and buildup and it looks so gross. And I'm using all-purpose cleaning spray for this too. And just cleaning as much of it as I can see. And for the next step of cleaning the bottom of the dishwasher and like the dishwasher in general, I'm sprinkling some baking soda at the bottom of the dishwasher all over. And I'm pouring 2 cups of white vinegar in a Pyrex and running it in the dishwasher on the top shelf without any other dishes in there. And one last thing for the dishwasher is these dishwasher cleaning tablets. I know I cleaned it already, but I would like to be a little extra, make sure I'm really thorough. Let's do this. And while the dishwasher is running one more time with the cleaning tablet in there, I'm cleaning the outside using the same stainless steel spray that I use on the fridge with a paper towel and just wiping it down. Alright, so quick disclaimer, I actually did a video similar to this before. It was for a short, and I cleaned one of my favorite pots with this power paste. Now, I wanted to do like a longer version, like a longer, what do they call it? In like the longer format of this video, how it works, and just kind of reintroducing just in case you haven't seen it. This stuff is like kind of magic. So let me show you my pot. So you see all of this? You see all of this? We're gonna be cleaning it. Don't worry about this bottom part because that's not, I'm not cleaning that. I'm just talking about all the grease. That's basically it. Let me show you how I'm gonna use this stuff. So what I'm using is called Power Paste by Scrub Daddy. I'm not really sure what's in it that makes it kind of eat through all the grease, but I was so impressed when I used it the first time on my short that I made that I wanted to share it again. The sponge does come with 2 sides. So one side is kind of like coarse and the other side of the sponge is a softer style sponge. I'm basically using the coarse one through the whole process of this video. So all I'm doing is putting a lot of power paste on that harder side of the sponge that I was talking about, and I'm going all around the pan with it. I let it sit for a few minutes here and there, and then I just go back to scrubbing. This pot is extremely greasy, as you could see in the beginning. So it took a lot of elbow grease to really work through, a lot of power paste to really like work through the grease. At one point I did have to whip out the Brillo because certain areas just wasn't budging. It just wasn't coming off. But overall, this stuff is really good. I highly recommend it. This was like the second jar that I bought because the other one I used before, and I cleaned a couple other things, and I just wanted to share this like cleaning thing with you.
All right, so this is where we are so far. I got half of it done. I still got all this to do, but I was able to get like kind of like all this side done so far. Lots of elbow grease, so I'm just using like a combination of the power paste, and then I had to whip out the Brillo pad because it just wasn't getting it like good enough. So I'm gonna keep working on this. I'm trying to get this clean today. All right, so it's looking pretty good. With the Brillo, it helped to come out, but there is like a few scrape marks over here. You can't really see it. Technically, I feel like it's my fault because I waited way too long to try to clean this pan. This is one of my pans I love using like for frying and all that. So all the grease kind of like got, I don't know, like really stuck on it over the years. So, but so far I'm happy with how it looks. The bottom I wasn't going to be able to do, but I knew I could get the sides clean. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out so far. So let me know if you guys will give it a try in the comments below. I'm about to clean the stove, and I have to be honest with you, I don't think I ever really like clean the inside of it. I know it's kind of gross, but like I mostly use like the air fryer. I use the oven, and I know like the front glass part gets like a little dirty, but like the inside I never really paid attention to because I'm like, what could be splattering in there? You know, usually food's covered. I kind of cook the same kind of thing. So I don't know. So we got to check it out. I think for it being in here for like 5 years, it's not that bad. You know, I've wiped it down before, but I never really did like a real good deep clean. So today we're going to do that. So here's all the products I'm going to be using.
You guys know I used crud cutter before, so I'm going to be using that to clean the stove. This scoring stick by Pumi, and if I need to, this little cleaning razor shaver thingy. All right, so at a quick glance, you can see, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. All right, you can see all this like splatters here. I don't even know, like grease stains, I don't know. And here in the back, there's like stains and stuff all on the side and stuff. So, all right, yeah, this is kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna take these out and we're gonna get to cleaning. All right, and here's a better look without the like grates in there, so I could see there's stuff here on the side, and I don't know, the splatters on the back, on that side, extra little residue on the bottom, and again, like we talked about, this whole area right here. Whew, all right, so I got my work cut out for me. So starting off strong with this crud cutter, I like to use it because it's a degreaser and just like an all-purpose kind of cleaner too. I use it for many different things. It helps to get like that grime and that grit off of different surfaces. So I'm just using this, spraying it all over and just using a sponge to wipe it all down. All right, so quick update. You could see at the bottom using just the crud cutter degreaser, it kind of got a little bit of the like this bottom area off. I didn't get to like scrub back there yet. Didn't really do good here, but I'd like at least I like cleaned it like the first little wipe of cleaning. So here in the bottom part, it kind of cleaned it pretty good. Now I'm gonna go in with the other stuff. Next up, I'm using the scoring stick. I use it on the entire oven and even on the tempered glass that's like on the front part of the oven. This works like magic, I tell you, no lies. but it does take a little bit of more elbow grease to really make sure every part of each section is scrubbed through to restore it. Alright, another quick update. Here is the stove. I cleaned the glass and like all around these edges here with that Pumi stone, the scoring stick. With Pumi, the scoring stick, it works like amazing. So that helped the best to clean all this up. Like all the like stuck grease marks, that Pumi stick helped to get it all out. So now I have to do this side, the back, and this. And I don't know, this is like the hardest project I think I've done in a while, so let me just keep going and see how it ends up. Okay, so here's a quick look at one of the sides of the oven, and I had to use my left hand and right hand interchangeably to really get into the grooves of everything. So I had to do this for all sides of the oven, including this side, the left side, and the back, just to really make sure I was getting to every part of the stains that was in the oven, just to make sure it was really clean in the end. All right, so quick stove update. Okay. It's really hard to like get all the way in the back, so I had to like lean over to like kind of get to the back and like scrub the wall of the stove, or the oven rather. So far, I hope my mic is not being covered up, but so far the rest of the stove is looking really good. It looks like really clean, like just brand new. Like I'm kind of impressed. I can't wait to do like the before and after and show you guys the, you know, before and after. So anyway, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. It's like, this is taking me forever. I'm trying my best to like make sure I can provide like a good before and after like stove oven situation. All right, so I'm rambling now, so let me just go finish cleaning so I can go wash my hair, shower, and edit this video. So after a few more sips of espresso, I was able to scrub the rest of the sides of the oven and make it nice and clean. And here's a quick reminder of what the stove looked like before I cleaned it. And here's what it looks like after I used the crud cutter and after I used the Pumi stone. The Pumi stone really was able to like make it look brand new. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this. And now since I'm done, I'm about to go shower. I'm about to go wash my hair and call it a day. And if you guys like some of the stuff that I was using today, some of the cleaning supplies that I was using in today's video, make sure you check the description box below. I think I'll add it in the first comment too, so you guys can get that link for all the stuff I was telling you about. So all the stuff will have the links to what I use. You guys could click it and add it to your cart or whatever. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. All right, let me get this together. If you guys are interested, I'm gonna have a link below. And how we gonna hold each other down. I'm trying to figure out what I said before. You know what I'm saying? Like in my other video, what the heck did I say? I'm happy now. All right, let me try that one more time. I wanted to talk about it a little bit more. Did I want to talk about it a little bit more? I just want to show y'all my video. All right, let me do it one more time.